Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to all of you at the class of AI, a collaborative initiative of Ananda Bharati
Hi, good
Publication.
afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to all of you at the class of AI, a collaborative initiative of Ananda Bharati Publication. Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to all of you at the class of AI, a collaborative initiative.
Hi, am I audible? I think I'm. Uh, I'm so sorry for this echo.
Hi, am I audible?
There is some glitch. I'm so sorry for the glitch. Once again, let me begin. A warm welcome to all of you at the class of AI, a collaborative initiative of Ananda Bharati Publication and Reskill. In the current times when education is no longer limited to your regular subjects, it is important to learn the skills of modern day world. In the 2-day workshop, we intend to give you a glimpse of what lays ahead and help you prepare for the road ahead. On this note, I would like to invite Ms. Dayashri Chattopadhyay, who is the Executive Vice President of Ananda Bharati Publishers, a young dynamic house that she launched in 2020 under the aegis of ABP Group. She has authored and edited textbooks for school children, conducted workshops for teachers in India and in Middle East, and has been a guest lecturer for postgraduate course on publishing and traveled to different countries to understand school pedagogies. Welcome, Diyashri ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon. Am I audible, Anamika?
Yes, you are.
All right, great. Thanks for the introduction, for the very kind introduction. And I'm very happy to be here today. So I'll start off by saying good afternoon and a very warm welcome to everyone who's joining us today. On behalf of Ananda Bharati Publishers, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the class of AI. So today, I understand we have students and educators joining us from across the country for this 2-day webinar, which is aimed not only at giving you an idea of real life applications of artificial intelligence, but also some hands-on learning and experience of it. We're very excited to have the two speakers that we have today who are both industry experts and who come with a great deal of experience. And I think what we are looking forward to is two exciting action-packed days, giving you a lot of learning. There's a certificate that you will get at the end of it, but I think what will matter more is the learning and the understanding that all of you today will get of artificial intelligence. So when I was a student, obviously a very long time ago, AI was pretty much limited to the imagination. In a world of cassette tapes where we found cordless phones to be super exciting, no one really thought that self driving cars could ever be a reality. When I started working and I started publishing books, we had CDs, and those CDs had videos and animations. And we thought that that was a major innovation, right? Um, but today, we're actually looking at learning which is driven by artificial intelligence. So it's not a question of AI replacing human intelligence, but amplifying it. So, to take an example, the kind of work that we do, as Anamika said, Ananda Bharati Publishers is a very dynamic young publishing house, and we do a whole variety of publishing for students of classes 9 to 12. And we publish for all the major boards, so CBSE books. And for our books are sold across India. They're available on our website, they're available on Amazon. You can check out, we'll put a link in the comment section, and you can come and check out our website. And the kind of books that we do, they're textbooks, study guides, question banks, exemplar solutions, books that really are aimed at helping different kinds of learners. But what we're really excited about is two things. One is the kind of digital content that we're able to give with our books. And when we publish books, it's not only the print material which is there, but there are learning tools like videos, interactive exercises, what have you not. And the second thing that we're really excited about is the next generation tools that we're developing, where we're actually looking at using AI to make learning more exciting, more adapted, more personalized. So each of you, I mean, the students who are joining us today, each of you have learning requirements which are very different, right? You learn at a different pace from the rest of your class. You learn in a different way. Some of you learn faster, slower. And AI is something that really helps us, gives us an avenue to personalize learning according to your requirements. And there are a lot of exciting, interesting new things that we're coming out with, that we're developing alongside with our books, that we think will help students. What we do, and the reason why we're very excited to be hosting this webinar today along with Reskill, is that we are really interested in the way that learning works in the classroom, outside the classroom, and the ways in which students can learn better, learn faster, right? Learn new ways to become better people as well. And we hope that this webinar is one in a series of webinars that we're planning to do, part of our Enabling Excellence series. And we hope that we will be able to bring you not only more webinars on exciting topics like the ones that we're going to discuss today, but also things that are relevant to you from your future perspectives, from your career perspectives, and from your current exam requirement perspectives. So I don't want to take up too much time today. We had a we're really looking forward to some exciting speakers, and I do want to see how much learning we can pack into just 2 hours. So I will leave you all with all the very best for this workshop. I hope that you have a great learning experience. We look forward to your feedback, to your comments, and we hope that you'll share this video, which will be available for a while on YouTube. We hope you'll share it with your friends, and keep registering for our workshops. Check out our website, where there'll be a lot of new things for you to learn. And I'd like to hand over to Anamika now. Anamika, if you can either play the video or move on with the session.
Thank you very much for your, welcome, ma'am. Now, let's begin the session with a keynote address by Mr. Gunjan Jaswal. Gunjan has over 11 years of experience in digital space. He's a startup guy who's currently heading the product and tech team at a creative firm, the Pablo Project, and is a co-founder of Wigglypuff app. He works mainly on websites and apps using AI and ML. Welcome, Gunjan.
Thanks a lot, Namika, and thanks a lot for everyone who is joining in, and all the educational and the students. So I would like to start off with a small question. I was going through the comment section, and I saw too much activity happening there. So, what I would just like to ask the kids what AI means to them, what excites them actually about AI. So, I can actually look into where the kids are coming from and what they actually expecting from this webinar. So, I just wait for a second or two if somebody types in something.
The question is,
Good
what
afternoon,
AI
everyone.
means?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think when AI? Okay. Harshvardhan says robots. Okay, fine. Technology, imagination and creativity. Correct. Cool. So when you think of AI, it's not only like automation of robots or doing only this. So there are multiple things that happens. So you have a computer and you can make it happen. It can do multiple things. It can create a recommendation engine. It can obviously have automation. You have Tesla and everything that you see and auto-driven cars and everything. Then you also have automated automation in health sector where it can actually help you define your disease and everything also. So I guess one of the more just a second, I'm just looking through the yeah. Yeah, so Viva is also correct. Major impact is there, but then again, when I talk about AI or whenever we implement AI, there's always one of the major things that has to be taken care of is basically the data security, because without data, you can never have an AI. A machine needs a data to understand what is your next step or what you want to do next. So that assumptions and that permutation and combination only happens when you have a set of data. So this is something that you always have to be, keep in mind that, okay, if I guess you all kids are into Netflix and everything, and if you have seen your own Netflix and maybe your own profile and somebody else's profile, you must have seen that you get a different recommendation as compared to what your friends may get, or even if your parents' account is there, what they would get. So this is also an AI, a machine learning, artificial intelligence kind of a stuff. But then this is only a recommendation engine kind of a thing. So you need to see this also, that what it actually does when you give the data to them. So based on that, this actually works. And I like the way the kids are writing here that, okay, you need to make an impactful thing or do something like that, human innovation. So for these kind of stuffs, you actually need to first think that what you basically need to do in the, what you actually want to make. So if you know that you're solving some of the problems of the society, then only you will go and make that product out. So I guess just a second. Yeah. So like voice recognition is there, correct? That is also something that is, and that can be done. Chatbots are there, but that end of the day, there are things that actually a human touch can only do. So there are multiple things that there's a limitation to each and every artificial intelligence product also. You can say Alexa to obviously switch on your lights, play you a song, but it can't come and give you the medicines that you want. So that is something. There's a positive side also. There's a negative side also. But the positive side is to make our lives easier so that we can grow and we can actually make something more meaningful out of our lives. So that is why AI is basically used for this. And this animation, okay, imagination, everything is fine. So for all your kids, I just want to say one thing, that you can actually look around yourself, look around your society or your family or anything, and see what problems they are facing. Can you automate that problem? If you can actually automate that problem, so that is something where actually you can help someone out in a larger piece of a society also. So maybe you have a pet or you have something and there's no one to actually take the pet to the walk. So you can actually create an app where you can actually request someone, your dog walkers or someone can come and actually you can pay them through the app. So these small ideas you have to actually think and build out of yourself. So even these are automations. These are also AI. These are also automations. Then as soon as you get more and more data in it, it will automate itself. So you must have seen that in your Android phones or even in, I guess, iOS also. In the morning, you'll get a news. So it sees your pattern when you get up. So based on that, it does. So that is something that the ability is there for artificial intelligence to do. So if I have any more questions, if you can put in some questions, so I can actually uh, answer those, and it can be a two-way kind of a stuff. Yeah, so for B2B kind of a service, Krishna, we can use that. We can use as our, AI can be used. And for that,
Yeah, I think he means that how can we choose AI as a career later, not career.
oh, sorry, I thought it was something.
Yeah, you
See,
know.
and so this when I did my, so I have been working for 11 years. When I did my graduation, there was nothing as AI, as ma'am said before. Also, there were CDs and there were all that stuff. So what happens is that you can choose AI as a career option. You can be a data scientist. You can be an app developer, a basic app developer also. You don't have to be an astronaut for that. But the thing is that, again, what I said before, you should be aware of what problem you're solving. First, see what problem you want to solve. Do you want to look into automation of cars? Do you want to build a recommendation engine? And then you can actually look into the career aspects of it. The best career aspect in AI ML is obviously the data scientist, because they play with data. You will get lots of data, and then you have to manipulate it based on that only. Even simple websites, even simple news websites also use that. So when you are actually looking into an article, you can actually see live on any article, any maybe Times of India or any website, AVP or any, and you can see there, you'll see a related kind of a post. So that is AI only. So he is actually trying to show you which interests you. So that is something that can be done. So I guess, yeah, you can do that. You can do that also. It can be put into radios where you can actually automate based on the timings when people are. So how radios work and how they do. So they know that when people go to work and when they don't, and how, when and where most songs are played, or when a request comes. So this is very easy. This can be easily done. And I guess I would request Mudida, if you have time, you should go and watch a movie that is named I, Robot by Will Smith. So that is something that he tried to do it back in 2004. It will be very sad picturization for you maybe, but for us it was very exciting at that time. So that movie actually tells you what happens when you actually try to automate everything out uh, throughout the humanity. So that is something that you people should see over the weekend. And okay, so someone is asking how the recommendation works on YouTube, baby. Yeah. So this is another AI kind of stuff. So it actually looks into the video that you watch. There's a threshold limit of 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, if you're still watching it, it actually looks into it. Okay, that you are interested in this kind of a video. So there are different tags to the video. Maybe you are watching a trailer of a movie, of a Bollywood movie. Then it'll try to throw you another recommendation based on that only, on the same channel and on the similar lines. Then if you consume that also, so it's against your ID. So every time you watch anything on YouTube, you are being tracked, and it actually tracks your behavior. On based of that, it will actually recommend you new things. So a new movie trailer will come popped up on your screen, rather than you will have to find them or do something like that. So that's how the recommendation engine works. So there's a whole case study on that. You can find it on Google. So they have a scholars.google.com is our website. There you can actually look into the algo that YouTube uses for that. Parts is saying that, is it very complicated? No, it's not complicated. It's just your interest, nothing else. One of the most important would be obviously your phone. In your Google phone, you have your Google Assistant, you have Siri and iPhones. If you go into variables kind of stuff, you have all these Apple Watches and everything. Those are there. And obviously Alexa, these are also your regular AI kind of stuff. Even a calculator is also, he's also trying to solve something for you. So there are like multiple things. Matrix is a different movie, man. Matrix is a different movie. That is something else. So if you see reCAPTCHA, they have come up with a third version where you don't have to solve anything. You only have to click. So if you just see it, they have actually tried to solve it. So in reCAPTCHA, you first have to, when the first version came out, you had to actually calculate 2 plus 2 and write 4. Then it came that you have to find bicycles, cars, and everything. So the latest version, you only have to click it because we need a human intervention at this point of time to actually see that it's not a bot. So they have reduced that step to only one step where you only click it and you're inside. So that's something that can be. Yeah. Good question, Tanya. So this is some questions that actually come up whenever you talk about AI. That will jobs be lost? Will people lose their jobs? Will there be a mass unemployment? See, it's I have a different view on that. So it won't have there won't be a mass unemployment because then we'll have more and more data engineers and more people who will actually build that AI because we need people to build the AI also. So there's nothing like that because nobody can come and actually recommend. Netflix won't call you and say, okay, this new movie has come, please watch this, or YouTube will come and call you. So that those things will be always be automated only. That has to be, corrected on. But then again, if we look into the other sectors, maybe automobile sector, where we are talking about automation of automobiles altogether, something that Tesla is doing, that okay, drivers will lose their job or something like that. But that is again another 30, 40 years to go for that because it is the system is still getting more and more better. So it will take time for that to happen. No, it can't actually. So end of the day, human intelligence will always there's end of the day we are all humans and we actually need love and affection. So uh, this can't be replaced at any given point of time. I am having a question of what is the difference between AI and ML. So AI is basically artificial intelligence where you expect a human to help you, but a human is not helping you. There's artificial stuff that is actually helping you, and ML is a machine learning. Machine learning is basically what machine learns about you, and then the artificial intelligence is put to it to end it. So it's a part. It's dependent to each other. So machine learning is data about data. They understand what data comes in. They understand you. They see how you behave on maybe a YouTube website or on Netflix, and based on that, the artificial intelligence gives you the recommendation. So that's how it works. So it's very powerful. It's very powerful because then that's how you know uh, that's how businesses work. To be honest, you won't again because I'm taking this example of YouTube and Netflix because it's very close to your day-to-day active day-to-day lives only. So if Netflix does not come and recommend you what to watch, you won't go there and search yourself. There's a library of thousands of movies. You will never come to know. So that's the power of AI, that it keeps your business going because it's a subscription model. If you watch a movie and you say, okay, I don't want it, and you remove that subscription, that's a loss for the company. So AI is very powerful, not only for recommendation, but it's easier for you to understand why it's powerful as a recommendation engine because I believe that everybody uses it. That's more easier. But at a broader level, obviously, talking about driverless cars and all that. When we were kids, I guess, Anamika and all, we used to watch this series that used to come, Jetsons. So that was like out of this world. That okay, how they're doing all this stuff. But yeah, so that's becoming a reality. So it's very powerful. Uh, yeah, you can be dependent to, I guess, a lot of extent, around 70, 75. Yeah, you do need human intervention, but yeah, then again, that's the first point that I raised when I started the talk, that the data security is something that is very critical for any AI machine to work. So we need data to actually understand data and then deliver that data to the user. So it's very much dependent, and that's the main talk of the hour. If you go to US and UK, that people are not ready to give data, and most of the things don't work there due to this. Okay, so if you want to start learning AI or ML, there are few free courses. You can go, you can join a Coursera.com course by a Stanford professor. So that's a very good beginning point. Everybody starts from there only. You can start that. He actually teaches you real life examples, how it is done. It's a video based and audio based kind of it's a free course. You can use that. And so there you can actually start with that. And then you can actually develop. So end of the day, you can learn anything you want, but until and unless you don't practice it, it's of no use. So I just want every one of you to see anything around your life which you can actually automate. It could be anything. It could be even a medicine reminder for your parents or something like that. You just need to automate that. So that is your first AI step, where you actually create an alarm that actually buzzes every morning or evening, and it tells you, okay, this medicine needs to be taken. Then you can improvise on that, where you can actually put the number of medicines that are available in the house. So it can remind you that, okay, now these medicines are getting over. You need to buy a new medicine. So this is how automation works, piece by piece by piece. So this is something that I would like you kids to develop. So once you develop, you will understand how data is getting used and how it is used as a benefit for the society, and then you can make a bigger plan out of it and actually learn how it works. So if you can actually, can you flash that question again? Yeah, please. Yeah, future. See, everything is AI only. Kritika, everything is AI only going forward. Because of these lifestyles that we have and all this, TikTok and reels and everything, our attention span has already gone to below than 10 seconds. If in another 10 seconds, 15 seconds, we don't get anything, our patient levels are like gone. So automation is obviously the future only. So we want everything to be automated. Even from being a normal delivery, if you want something from Amazon, if it's next day delivery, that also we feel that yeah, it's not time to lag, it should come now only. So that's the future. So they have to actually, automate as fast as possible.
So the rest of the questions, I think they're more for the
Yes.
mentor for the day.
How? I'll say,
Yeah.
so some people are like, Raghavendra is saying about security, how the accounts gets hacked. So,
Yeah.
Raghavendra, there are much more intelligent people than us. Okay, where there is people who are actually making good stuff. There are counter people also who are actually that much good at, coding and everything. So obviously they can hack. So that happens. That happens. That's the part and parcel of the, part. The AI and ML, it's not about AI ML, it's about coding. So people are good at hacking also, and then there are people who actually protect you from hacking. So this goes into networking kind of a stuff. And and I guess
There is
human health is there. Human health is also there. Yeah, but I can't comment on human health. I've never worked on medical, kind of a stuff. But I do hear stories that okay, in medical also there is AI getting used, which is actually helping people out. So that is also a very interesting sector, the health tech sector. That is also very interesting. Please, Anamika, you were saying something.
Yeah, so there is one perpetual question that is coming up, is that when do we start studying AI? Is there any age for
Yeah,
it?
there's no age. There's no age. You can start. That's what I was saying. That if you think that there's something you can automate, think like that only. Don't directly go to that I'll make a Tesla out of everything, that automated car hi chal padegi. That will not happen. So see smaller things in your life. What you can automate. You take something that okay, I want to automate this, and then you start studying. So for studying, there's no age as such. You can actually start studying whenever you want, and you have to actually study throughout your life. I'm still a student because when I studied my masters, there was nothing as AI. Nobody taught me. I had to study myself, and that will happen with you also. So there's no time to actually start the study and end the studies also. So you have to study throughout your life, as and when the technology. So I would, as before also I suggested, please go to Coursera.org. It's a good website. You can go there and you can start, introductory course. of artificial intelligence, what it exactly does, and then obviously it can get into advanced level.
So, as the students are from grade 9 onwards, what is your kind of piece of advice for these students? You know,
Yeah, so they are at a very they're at a very good stage right now with the I don't know, it's a good stage being the corona and everything, but yeah, because the digitalization is so much right now, because everybody is actually getting into digital and everybody's on the systems, everybody is using not only mobiles right now, because desktops are also coming back because of the meetings and everything. So this is the right time for all these kids to actually start looking into how network works, how these computers work, how they take your data, and how they manipulate it and use it for their benefit. That is the crux of AI. And once you have that, you can actually do whatever recommendation, everything. Even these kids must have seen the ads that they see on the internet. Maybe they have said something or they thought of buying a car or something, but that ad will come on your screen. So this is the perfect time, because you are actually young and you are energetic, and there's this logical brain is like very active at this time, and it will be very easy for you to pick up things that okay, this is how it is working. So it's all about a linked list. So that is I guess one of the advice that you should actually get into AI and just start with. I guess the base would be to start with a chatbot. Let's start with that, and then actually you can look into how a chatbot replies, and then you can look into what are the most of the questions that a person asks. Then you understand about people, and then actually you can.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Gunjan. Thank you for taking our time on a
No
weekend
problem.
and interacting with our students. I look forward
Sure.
to more such, talks with you and our students. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, students. Enjoy your day. I guess there's some cool stuff going to happen now, so please enjoy. Thanks, Anamika, for inviting me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, take care. Bye.
So now we come to a very, very important part of this workshop. That is basically when you want to start your workshop. We have with us Dr. Umesh. So are you there?
Hi, very good afternoon to you.
Hi, good afternoon. So Dr. Umesh is going to take your workshop today. So I'll briefly introduce him to you. So Dr. Umesh is a PhD in the field of electronics and communication engineering, and is passionate about VLSI and embedded system domain. He did his BA in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Manav Rachna College of Engineering. He completed his master's with specialization in VLSI design and embedded system from Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Study. He is currently working as a director of Manav Rachna Innovation and Incubation Center for Hyderabad. He has authored 3 books, and he also has a personal blog, very popular among the embedded enthusiasts, and it acts as one of the channels through which he shares his ideas with the embedded community. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I'm going to give you the virtual mic now. There is a disturbance, I guess. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So there is a certain echo, I guess. So I'm giving the virtual mic to you. And the stage is yours now.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for the introduction, and really happy to see so much happening on the platform in the initial 30 minutes. It's like it's a 2020 game going on AI. Huh?
Right.
So I'm bombarded with the questions that have been given by the students, and it's going to be a tough time for me handling all the brilliant questions that are coming from your side. And yes, Messi has left Barcelona. Yes, okay, yeah. So we have some good messages coming up, some exciting news on AI as well as some general topics. So glad to see so much happening, and so many questions coming on the floor related to AI, whether it's going to replace human being or not, whether it is going to assist human being, differences between machine learning and artificial intelligence. Where does it fit? Is it going to cause unemployment or is it going to cause employment? Bombarded. I think in 12th class, 9th class, if you are getting all these kind of questions, the future is scary for robots. I think the humans are ready for their game. Huh? So I have 90 minutes with you. So I have to be supercharged to give you the content that I have to deliver to you. So with your permission, I'll be sharing my screen so that we can run through a presentation first, right? So let me know once it is visible to you. Share the screen. Yes. So I have shared. Is it visible?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Okay, is it visible now? If not, then we have to just see how we can do it. So I'm clicking on share screen. And then I hope I have the admin access.
Yeah, you do.
There's another one that I have logged in from Dr. Datta. So
right. So click on share screen. Select the screen.
yeah, that's what I've done. Exactly why the screen is not getting visible. Share the screen. Entire screen, select, share.
Just you had selected something earlier. Now you're there.
Can you see the screen now? I hope the screen is visible to you all.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so if it is visible to you all, we can kickstart the session. So guys, with all the questions that you have asked, fabulous answers have been given by the previous speaker. And at the start, it was a great introduction to the entire gamut of books that have been offered by the publication house and how they are revolutionizing the publication industry so that the learning process becomes easier and simpler for you all. And moreover, it becomes exciting for you all so that you can start, finish, and get skilled rather than just clearing the exam. So amazing talks have happened so far, and I would like to continue it further. And as per the agenda, it is the fourth industrial revolution that I want to talk about for some time. So guys, we are currently in the fourth industrial revolution. So you must hear these words a lot: industry 4.0, education 4.0, whether we are skilling our engineers, skilling our students in a way that they are employable, they have the access and they are expertise. They have expertise in the recent technologies which are the part of industry 4.0. So I think all these talks have gone a lot in the recent past. So I would like to settle down your nerves on that part, what exactly the fourth industrial revolution means and what all technologies are the part of this fourth industrial revolution. So guys, you talk about the industries and the transformation of the industries. It is going to be made possible with the help of different technologies, which we are using right now, right from IoT to artificial intelligence to machine learning to the big data, cybersecurity, cyber physical systems, simulations. I think the technologies that we are using today, whether it is blockchain, every technology has an impact. Every technology has a positive impact on a certain area, whether it is a banking sector, whether it is an insurance sector, whether it is education sector, whether it is a pure industry which is into manufacturing. Every technology is helping the business to become better, to transform, to change the way it is operating, to make it more better, so that users ultimately get a better experience. Okay, so guys, whether we talk about AR, VR, or any other technology which is a part of Industry 4.0, the ultimate goal is to make human life better. The ultimate goal is to solve the problems, right, which we are facing today. Technology putting to use without solving a purpose, without solving a problem, nah, not like that. You have to solve some problem. I think the main job today of an individual who is into technology is to make sure that somehow technology helps people, helps people's life. Whether you are trying to come up with any social innovation, whether you are trying to come up with any healthcare product, whether you are trying to come up with some mobility innovation, right? Or any usual thing that you generally do in a conventional way and you try to innovate it with the technology, right? So main goal of each and every individual is one, that is to make the life of people better. How can we do that? How society can improve, how as a country we can progress ahead, how as a world we can become a better place with the help of technology. So technology has to answer something which humanity needs, right? And this is what we are here for. This is what we are discussing right now, that which all technologies are important from the current trends, from the future trends, and also what you need to do to make sure that you become an important asset for your organization in the coming years, so that whatever technology stack you take up, ultimately you will be able to make a difference to someone's life in the near future with the technology that you are going to take on, right? So guys, yes, the buzzwords are there with you: AI, machine learning, big data. You have to make a choice. You can't be the master of each and every technology. It's something which is a bit difficult. It's not something which is impossible. You can tap in any technologies you want and you can become the master of as many technologies as you want. But frankly speaking, spending more than 10 years in the industry, I would say, I mean, better you focus on one or two and try to make sure that you go from start to finish in that, right? And try to cover the entire gamut and make sure that you have hands-on skills. And that's why we have kept a lot of practicals in today's session, so that we just not talk, we do something, so that when you walk out of the class, you will be saying that, okay, today we developed our first AI, or today we developed our first automation project. So this is what the ultimate goal is from my class today, that 5 o'clock when you will leave the class, you go back and say that, okay, today we have designed our first AI, today we have designed our first robotic application, or maybe some automation application. That's it. If we can address this thing in next 1 hour 20 minutes together, it's going to be a game changer, right? So it's a 2020. We have 2 days with us. We have a lot of trainings. We have a lot of material that we need to cover. So I'll try to make sure that we jump onto everything and we try to cover them in detail. And by the way, all the questions that you have floated on the chat box so far, I have read all of them, and I will try to make sure that I give you my version also on all those questions without you repeating it. Okay. So one question which comes to me, my mind, is that why you haven't asked that how we predict which technology is going to be the one which is going to be the hot shot in the market. So guys, there is something called as Gartner's cycle, right? This is something which you are watching from 2017 report of Gartner regarding the technology cycle. Every year you have this kind of a report which is released by an organization called Gartner, and it's very respected organization when it comes to the data and predictions. So they have given their own predictions regarding different technologies, different technologies and their maturity cycle, their plateau point, when they will reach their pinnacle, when they will reach at their maximum point, the peak point. So guys, AI is new, but AI is not that new. Sorry to say this, but that's a hard reality. You are hearing AI for the first time, but the guy who coined the term, the guy who started writing the papers on that, the guy who started believing in AI and its capabilities, that it's going to transform the business, he wrote it in 1958, when I was not born, when you were not born, when many of us were not born, probably when your parents were even not born. So 1958, somewhere around that point, 60s was the era when the first few papers were released in AI field, that yes, there is something called as AI. There's going to be something called as neural network, and machines will think like human being. They will mimic human behavior. There was a limitation at that point of time. Can you guess what was the limitation? What has stopped AI to be the best technology in 1960s? Can anybody answer this one? Anamika, you need to help me out in case you get any answer in the chat box. Nikola Tesla, okay. Okay. Any other?
No.
No. So we are not getting the answers, which means we are in a serious talk now.
No,
Let's talk.
we are only getting more and more questions.
That's fine. That's going to come. I told you it's going to be a 2020, and let us arrange a separate session for the Q&A. So 10 minutes or 15 minutes may not be enough. So guys, AI, the most difficult challenge at that time was that the computational power was not there with us. PCs, the processors were not that powerful, but they are right now. Today, half a second of glitch, 1 second glitch is something which is a crime. You try to open Google Chrome, and if your browser does not load the page that you want in the time span that you want it to load, you get annoyed and your mouth automatically starts speaking. That net speed is low, my phone is getting hang, and all those kind of things. You can't wait. And I think Gunjan also said something about retention, and if you are not there for 10 seconds or something like that, your retention level is getting low. You want action every time. So, and it's a fact. It's something which is true, that things are changing, and now we want everything right away, straight away, no delays at all. We are the boss. So guys, that's how it is. At that time, the computational power was not there with us, and fortunately today we are living in an era where computational power is there with us. The kind of processors we have, the kind of graphic cards we have, the kind of machines that we have today for running AI workloads, that is something which is there with us now. So there is a lot of buzz around AI and machine learning. Why? Because the technologies which were required as a backbone for running the AI applications, it is very much there now. Okay, it is very much there now. And who wants the result later on, guys? Who wants it? If you use AI at the back end and give the result to your customer at a time when it is of no use to him or her, nobody wants it. So AI has to happen on the go. AI has to happen on the edge. Edge AI is something which is again posing a lot of challenges in terms of competition. I got challaned for overspeeding in 2019 when in Delhi the cameras were installed. Probably I was very happy and I was jumping when I was challaned. Why? Not because I broke the rule, but somehow that belief that technology is there on the road and it is now there and taking care of some issues which were difficult to address. Now, if you try to cross the limit of speed when you're driving, you are going to get caught and you're going to get fined heavily, and the challan is going to be there in your device in a form of an SMS or a WhatsApp that, boss, you have broken the rule and this is what you have to pay, a fine. How is it happening? Somewhere there is a camera which is capturing the picture. Somewhere there is a speedometer which is measuring the speed of the vehicles on the road. And if it is exceeding beyond the limits, from the back end, the challan is automatically getting generated and you get fined. I was jumping, not because I broke the rule. Yes, it has made me better. Why? Because Once you are challan, once you have paid the fine in your life, you will make sure that you don't repeat it. So this is what we do. If we get fined, next time we will not allow even the guy who is there with us to break that thing. We'll say that, okay, I got challan, don't do it again. Okay, or this road has a camera, be careful on that road or this road. So guys, now we see a lot of technologies, a lot of AI on the road itself. And this is one classical example that you can even think of. 5 years back, can you imagine? Things are changing, guys. Things are just changing for the better. Have you gone to any hospital? I was in the hospital for the last 2 days for something. But have you gone to hospital where the testing is done on AI? Yes, AI in medical is a huge scope, a huge scope. But have you seen any hospital saying that, okay, we are doing ECG on AI? Have you seen any hospital saying we are doing cancer detection on AI, not on machines? Have you seen any hospital saying that X-ray is done using AI, not on machines of X-ray? Say yes or no. Have you seen any doctor using AI to measure your pulse rate or heartbeat? No. Have you seen? No. Have you seen any robot performing standalone surgery? Yes or no? I mean, doing a cataract or maybe doing a bypass on its own? Yes, it's assisted by a doctor, but not completely 100% doctor free. Things are changing. Yes, people are trying to make the robots which are going to be performing the surgery remotely, or maybe the doctor sitting at somewhere, some other part of the country and doing the surgery with the help of robots which are placed on the patient side. But still, reality is something different. Because one mistake here and there, somebody can lose their life. We can't afford that. And that's where, guys, employment will not be gone. Because yes, intelligence will be there that we want the machines to have, but at the same time, we don't want any wrong decision to be taken. So we always will be taking a decision on our own. But yes, recommendation can come from AI. We may accept it, we may deny it. All depends on human. Okay, all depends on human being. Okay, somebody has to cross check. And if AI is only going to cross check, then you have to be 100% sure. But can it be 100% sure? Can you commit that? Okay, is it going to be 100% sure? No ways at all. It may be 99%, it may be 98%, it may be 97%. But that 1%, 2%, 3% error can mean a lot for certain applications where you just cannot afford. So it's important for us to decide where we want a standalone AI, where we want a human assisted AI. Okay. So for research purpose, if you want to get some more details about some X-rays, some tumors, some chest X-rays to decide whether the COVID is there, have you done AI-based COVID test so far? You go and do the RT-PCR or antigen test. Have you done an AI-based COVID test so far? No. Can you be 100% sure whether you have COVID or not on the basis of AI without getting RT-PCR done? No. Can you tell what is happening in the blood without getting your blood test done? No, not at all. You're so far away, guys. There's a huge opportunity in this particular sector. It's not like it has captured everything in the market. Not at all. It is on the verge of capturing everything, but still we are on the road. We are not yet there. Or maybe if I say we haven't even started, it may not be false. It will take time to reach to its plateau with the applications that we have in our life. Because if you are just providing recommendations to the user on smartphone that, okay, this is what you like, I provide you this news, may not be of use to me, sir. Sorry to say. For me, it is nothing. Why? Because it's not helping me out. It's okay, it is giving me some recommendations on the basis of my choice. Who cares about it here? Whether you get it or not. Can it help in a bigger way? That's the most important thing. Can your technology be deployed in the field for helping something? That's the question. Can a common life situation, can a common life issues that we face every day, can it be addressed? Can you solve the water issue? Can you solve the water management issue with the help of AI? That's the question. Can you solve something related to waste management and air pollution with the help of AI? That's the question. So the question is not about proving that technology is right or wrong. The question is how much impact it can make. That's what matters the most. So how much impact your technology can make, how much dependent it will be. And guys, we are trying to mimic the human behavior, but how many times human behavior is right? How many times you can say that, okay, human behavior is 100% correct? At times we also go wrong. So there's no chance that your AI will be 100% correct. It may go wrong. Okay. If you see the reports happening with certain countries in the defense application trying to make the robots have backfired and people have lost their life. Those who were developing those bots, because the bots, they had the intelligence and they started using their capabilities against a human being. Quite dangerous. But the attempts are on. People are trying. Scientists are trying their level best to get a good hold on bots' capabilities. But if it has human behavior, if it is going to mimic and it is going to surpass human being, maybe something wrong can happen. And report says it has happened in the past, guys. It is not something which has not happened. It has happened in the past where for defense applications, countries were trying to train their bot, but the bots have backfired. Means they have taken lives of the scientists who were developing it. Don't want to name anything. Go and search it out. Yes, it's a reality. Reports are there. So things are difficult, but at the same time, the future, if it is used in a positive way, the technology going to be a good one. Is it going to be only AI? Not at all, sir. Only AI? No, not at all. It will be AI which will be acting as probably the dominant technology in the modern era. But at the same time, everything which is there today will be there. It will become better and AI will also be there. So whether you talk about blockchain, technologies like virtual reality, augmented reality, every technology has a role to play, guys. AI is one of them. And it is surely an important technology that you have to focus on. Why? Because a lot of exciting jobs are coming up, a lot of new sectors are opening up, and you have a chance to make a career in that. Which age group is right age group to start? One of the good questions that you have asked, I will answer it. What should be the learning curve for AI? Another important question. I would love to answer that. Okay, so let's take the discussion further. But guys, Gartner's reports are important. So just try to study it so that you get a good idea which all technologies are at what point right now. So you can see at this curve has a peak. So the peak technologies, the technologies which are marked at the peak are actually the technologies which are right now matured, and a lot of new applications are coming up which are of that particular technology domain. We are augmented reality. They are good. They're technology which are coming up, but still it's like every day it's improving. Okay. So do you purchase clothes from Myntra or do you purchase products from Amazon? I hope you would have done it, or maybe somebody in your family would have done it. What do? You bring it, and if there is a return policy, you try and say, bye-bye, I don't like it, take it, give me my money back. I'll try to purchase something else from your website, or maybe give it in the form of a credit. So guys, AR, VR is again dominating in that particular industry, where you can just try the products without even ordering them. And if you like it, you purchase it. So a lot of VR applications have come up, a lot of AR applications have come up, which helps you out in terms of having your buying choice getting better and better, which is enabling you doing that, right? So artificial intelligence landscape is something which is important. Where are we? What all technologies we want to talk about? So guys, one thing is clear, that yes, we want to mimic human behavior. The machines would be mimicking the behavior of human being. And you know that when we mimic the human behavior, we are either trying to process the information which is in the form of text, maybe in the form of image, maybe in the form of video, and there will be some decision making process which will be there at the back end. So AI is a broader field, guys. It's something which is broad. And when it comes to defining the things, yes, there are definitions available. How machine learning is different from AI, how machine learning is different from deep learning, what is the demarcation line. So guys, AI is something which is quite big, right? And it involves various other technologies like machine learning, computer vision, and robotics. Okay, so if I would like to give you the applications, where it is, everywhere, obviously everywhere, it is a technology, or rather, let me put it in this way, it is one of the technologies which is right now used in almost every sector that you come across. Do not assume that it is the only technology. Got it? Do not assume that it is the only technology. I'm again repeating, it is important, but it is not at all the only technology which is driving. Yes, it is an important technology. Okay. Whether you talk about agriculture, energy, education, government, finance, health, industrial, media, or whether you talk about retail, smart home, telecom, transport, everywhere, guys. Everywhere. Okay. But still, the process is on. It is not something which is directly impacting a lot of things. Indirectly, yes. If you talk about transportation, you travel in DTC buses or buses. I hope you would have done that in your life. Where is AI in that? Have you seen AI in our DTC buses or any other roadway buses? Yes or no? Where is AI in that? Is there AI in that? In a bus? Anamika, help me out if you get any answers. Is there any AI in the bus? The bus, the normal
yes,
bus
they
that we
said
use.
yes.
Yes, where is that? The driver, who is the pilot?
Yes, I guess so. So most of the answers are no.
So guys, think about it. Still, there is a big field where things have to really make an impact. Things are changing. Earlier, we used to get a paper ticket in a bus. Now, the ticketing system is getting automated. Things are getting better, right? When you go and travel in European countries and other countries, yes, you get certain other flavor in the buses. A lot of automation has happened over there. Again, India is changing, and India is surely on a road to become a superpower. In every field, we have shown our mettle in the Olympics, and yes, in the buses also, a lot of AI is going to be there, guys, in the near future. Talking about driverless vehicles, do you feel in India it is going to be a reality? Yes or no? I know that most of you would be loving some sort of a vehicle. You would have used either a scooty or a car. Is it possible? Even humans find so much difficult to drive today. Bots can drive. Things are changing. Yes, maybe in the future we will see this kind of a thing happening. Right. So, hopes alive. Engineers are doing their great job. They are trying their level best to make sure that this becomes a reality. But then again, some strong law should be there that you have to maintain 100 feet of distance from the other vehicle. Maybe, maybe. Yes, it is going to be possible. Otherwise, one mistake here and there by a robot or by a AI, and it may lead to some sort of a situation which is not recommended, right? So still a bit far away, but yes, smart home, yes, it's a reality now. Retail sector is again something which is taking huge benefits from this particular technology. You purchase today from mall something, you go back again. Once you enter, they get to know that you entered. They give you offers that, okay, yesterday when you came over here, or maybe a few days back when you came over here, you have bought these pair of jeans, these pair of tops. Today we are offering you 25% discount on this brand. Please visit us. And you will say that, okay, I just entered and now my mall people, they know about me, that I'm here, and now they're giving me the messages. Things have changed, right? So retail is using a lot of power of AI, telecom, government, finance, right? And I think board results also used AI, isn't it? 10th, 11th, and 12th, some fraction happened. Is it AI? Is it AI or it's analytics? Is it AI or analytics? The results that have been announced by the board, the fraction was taken from 10th, then 11th, and then 12th. Is it AI or is it like analytics which has been performed on the data that they have got? Huh? Ramika, please help me. Yes or no? No or yes?
Inconclusive as of now.
I don't know, but yes, I
Yes,
feel it's
one
analytics. Yes, where is AI in that?
Raj Krishna says yes. Parth
Raj
says
Krishna
both.
says yes. Both. Yeah,
Tanya
so
says
maybe both.
analytics.
So just write a white paper on that, how it is done. Is it analytics or is it AI? So I'll be more than happy to see AI over there, because then you can actually predict the performance of an individual without giving the exam. So more or less, I would say it is more analytics that was there at the back end, not AI. Maybe in the future it will be AI on the basis of your performance on the previous tests. So guys, there was a very good question which was asked by one of you. What is the difference between machine learning and AI? Right? What is that small demarcation line? What do you call it? What you will call as AI and what you will call as machine learning? Frankly speaking, a difficult question to answer. Yes, I can say something and I can just run from here and you will say, yes, it got answered. It's not that simple to answer, guys. Right? So all the machine learning applications, they are AI. Okay, that's what is told to us. That yes, whatever is machine learning is AI. But all AI is not machine learning. Okay, whatever is there in machine learning is AI, but all AI is not machine learning. Okay, so when we talk about machine learning from what? Machine learning from the experience, from the data. More data, more experience, more learning, it gets better and better. But when it comes to AI, it may improve with experience or it may not improve with the experience. Okay, that's what is said. So if you feed in more data, it may improve, it may not improve, right? So it's situation centric at some time. So all machine learning, yes, it is AI, but all AI is not machine learning, because machine learning says that with experience, it improves the performance. But in AI, it may not be the case, that with experience, with more data fit in, it may not improve. Okay, so that is a small demarcation line, guys. If I show you the face of a cat and if I show you the face of a dog, telling that this is a cat and this is a dog is something which is sort of a classification problem, that you want to classify certain images as cat, certain images as dog. So guys, machine learning is all about classification, regression, clustering, decision tree, data generation. And when you talk about deep learning, here comes image processing, speech processing, natural language processing, adversarial networks, recommendation systems. All of them are the part of the deep learning gamut. Okay, whether it is a learning which is supervised or unsupervised, or a reinforcement learning or a semi-supervised learning, it all depends upon application. No one size fits all. You can't say that, okay, this is going to be the best. You can't say that this is going to be the best solution for this. You have to see which one is working for you. You have to see which one is working for you. Okay, so this is what it is. When you talk about machine learning, it could be supervised and it could be unsupervised. When you talk about supervised, you are doing supervision. You are training it. There's going to be a certain data which is going to be called as a training data. There's certain data which is going to be called as a testing data. And then you train your algorithm and test it and see what is the accuracy. Okay, so it's a labeled data that we are going to use in a supervised learning. And in unsupervised learning, the data is not labeled. It learns with experience. It learns with discovering the pattern in the data. And finally, we are going to perform the job like clustering with the help of unsupervised learning, where you learn with the data which is not labeled. Okay, and then there is something called as reward-based learning. That is called as reinforcement learning. So yes, that is another category of machine learning where algorithm takes decision to maximize the rewards that you are getting. Okay, so that's how we demarcate. What is the difference between machine learning and deep learning? Guys, when you were born, when you were getting your first lesson of life from your parents, okay, then somehow when you become 3 years old, 3.5, you learn. And even your parent says, now he is reacting or she is reacting. Your parents, they try to teach you early on. Right from the day you were born, they will ask you, okay, this is ball, this is bat, this is this and that. You will not react for 1 year, 2 year. Suddenly, 3rd year, 4th year, you start becoming a scientist. And then parents, they just open their eyes and say, no, my kid is reacting. How? I didn't teach him, but now he's catching up. So with the things happening in the surrounding, a kid catches up. It learns. The brain learns with the things happening. Okay, so that's where the deep learning comes into picture. When you're not asking them to learn in a structured way, you're just giving in the data, and then the learning happens the way human beings learn, the way neurons learn. So that's what the difference is. When it comes to machine learning, you extract specific features and then the classification happens. And then we can do certain operations like this is a cat, this is a dog, this is a mouse. We are able to perform that kind of a job. But in case of deep learning, guys, here the neural networks are into picture, and the network is going to learn on the basis of the data that is going to be fed in. Yes, the models will be there at the internal side. And finally, on the basis of the data that is being fed, the model is going to learn and further take an action and tell you this is a cat, this is a dog, this is a mouse. So there is not specific feature that you're trying to extract from the data. However, in machine learning, yes, we try to extract certain features, and then that will help us to classify the image into the three categories that I'm currently giving you: cat, dog, and mouse. Whereas in case of a deep learning, where a neural network is there, you're not telling the neural network to extract a specific feature. You are asking it, learn from the data, and then extract and tell me for a new image, whether it is a cat, dog, or mouse, or any other image. Okay, so that's a slight difference between machine learning and deep learning. That in machine learning, you try to extract certain specific features. However, in deep learning, you try to learn in a natural way, the way human brain learns, the neurons action, neural network. Okay, which approach is the best? $1 million question today. Which approach is the best one today? So guys, no approach is something which is the best one. It all depends upon situation. Let's take one quick example and try to help out by looking at that example. So this is one industry or factory example that I have taken for you. So you can see that it says how many parts we should manufacture. How many parts I should manufacture today. So let us suppose I am manufacturer of a computer machine. On the basis of demand and supply, I can decide on the analytics part how many machines I should produce per day. Okay. Then what will be our production yield? It's something which can be answered by machine learning. Machine learning can help us predict and tell exactly what will be the production yield on the basis of the data. And then which parts will have defect? How many pieces? If I, let us say, produce 40,000 pieces per day, how many parts will have defect? So there, I think deep learning is going to identify the images and can tell us how many parts will be faulty on a particular day. And can my machine, can my robotic arm, which is being placed in the fabrication process, can it learn with the data? Can it actually become better with the data that is being provided to it? So that is where the feedback is going to come into picture. So again, it is deep learning where the bot is going to learn and adapt according to the feedback. That's what is important. So you can see that for a particular industry, this could be the case scenario. Okay, this could be the case scenario that you can see. But guys, you have to see which problem you are trying to solve and which technology, whether it is going to be a machine learning approach or a deep learning approach, or it's simple data analysis that you're performing, is going to help you out. Something which I wanted to cover a bit later, but I will do it right away. One of the gadgets that we have developed in the past, recent past, I would say, is this gadget, Pulse. So this is a wearable device, guys, that has been developed in the laboratory of us, which help us to measure important vitals. Surely this is something which is not new today. You have Fitbit, you have Apple Watch and everything. But guys, this is special. Why? Because we have 3 electrodes with us, which can be placed near the chest area, near the heart, to measure your ECG in real time. So when you wear a watch, you are actually wearing it on your wrist, not on your chest. Okay. So this is having 2 different gadgets. One is a gadget which you can place near your chest area, near your heart, so that you can predict the ECG pattern more accurately. And the other one is a watch, which you can always wear. So this is going to let you measure various things. Okay. So in the application, you can see that you will get different data. You get heartbeat, you get recovery rate, you get rest beat, and it will tell you whether heart is beating properly or not. If there is something which is wrong, you take ECG test, and in the application itself, you will get the ECG in real time done, and you get reports on the go, and reports will be given to you, heart training, if there is any warning, anything which AI is going to detect according to the pattern that it has taken from your body, it is going to tell you. Okay, so one classical example where a simple application and a simple gadget can interact with each other and can become a wonderful product, which can really be helpful Today, if you want to get your ECG test done, you either go to a lab or you go to a hospital to get it done. Can you do it at home with 100% accuracy with all the technology with you available? Yes or no? That's the question, guys. So don't just say that, okay, this is a technology for the future. This is a technology which is going to transform everything. Is it there or not? Yes or no? If it is not there, can we do something to make sure that it is there with us in the next few years and life becomes better because of that? That's what we are here for. That's what the challenge is. That can we learn that way so that become a problem solver? Yes, that's what we want. Irregular beat detected, so you can see it's happening. So this is how it is, guys. This is how the internal construction is with this machine that we have developed. So it has got ECG electrodes, medicine box. It has got different sensors for measuring the heartbeat. And finally, it is compatible with the mobile phone application over Bluetooth, so that every data that is there with us gets logged into the device, okay, into the mobile phone device in the application, right? So this is a vest. So whatever you get from the chest, you get it accurately. Why? Because it's placed near the heart. So the beating pattern is much more accurate as compared to what you get when you wear it in the wrist. So this is what we have done, activity monitoring. So this is one normal flow that you can see that when user wears the machine, the data gets collected, it's getting sent to the central web server where the analytics are performed. Then machine learning studio is going to perform machine learning on the data. Then again, data will be stored for future, reports will be generated, push notifications will be there. And finally, as a user, you will be getting everything in a single mobile phone application, which you always love, a single window where you get everything. Okay, so here the analysis will be done on the backend, and on the basis of the data that has been collected by the sensors, it is going to tell you whether your heart health is good or not. Okay, so this is a complete architecture. That is one case study that I wanted to show you in the healthcare sector. So this is one thing which has been developed in my lab, and now it's time for the hands-on, guys. Enough of theory, enough of talk. It's time where we should sit and try to do something. Okay, so I'll make use of this Google Teachable Machines. Anamika, again, your help is needed in terms of getting some insights, whether students have used it earlier or not, whether they are aware about this platform or not. Because guys, it's a hands-on workshop. It's not something where we are just doing the talking and saying AI is good, AI is best, AI is going to transform everything. No, not at all, sir. This is not for that. We are going to do a lot of hands-on exercises today, tomorrow, and surely in the future also. If the interest comes in all of you, we can plan something ahead also. But guys, what I would like to tell you is that this is one platform, okay, which you can use. And then I will come back again to the question which one of you have already asked. What should be the learning curve? How can we start? Which class is the best class to start? Sachin Tendulkar started playing cricket at the age of 15 and he became the god of cricket. Did someone told him that he should start at 15, 16? Yes or no? Your captain of the Indian cricket team, Virat Kohli, was not that good, but now today is one of the best in the world, or probably the best in the world. Why? Did anybody told him that he will be the best in 30, 31? No age to start. It's your dream, your passion. It's your dream, your passion, and then it has to be backed up with the right mentoring that your mentors are going to do, tell you the learning curve, how you need to progress, check yourself, test yourself every day, become better day by day, and make a learning curve. Basics remain the same, doesn't matter where you go. It will never change. Okay? It will never change. The way you do the things when you were there in LKG or maybe first class, that remains the best approach. Practice, 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 practice. Take test, take test, take test, take test, take test, and then do a big thing. Same thing. Okay? So if you have an age group, it's not something which, if I say, okay, it should be in 6th class, 7th class, I may be wrong here. It's not something which is right. I don't want to say that it is for 6th class, 7th class, 8th class. Yes, there is a learning curve. So you have to see when you can start according to your capabilities, start building up if you really want to be a master in this technology. And if you think you can, nobody can stop you. Just have that belief. That is the most important thing. At times in life, you may be uncertain, but it is one thing which is going to take you through the line, and that is your belief and your own understanding of yourself. That yes, I want to be the best in this, and I will do whatever it takes to be the best in this. Work and results will be there with you. Okay, learn Python, the most important language today for all the applications. So at least for the next 5-6 years, you are safe. Python is not going anywhere. It is going to still be the most important and dominant language in the coding industry. Yes, the preference is going to change, guys. Do not take it as it is going to be the only language in the next 15-20 years. C was one of the best. Pascal was one of the best. Java was one of the best. Things change, and things change for better. Python today is unarguably one of the best languages that we have today. Something which we can use for any application, whether it is web development, AI, whether it is analytics, whether it is general purpose programming. It can be used anywhere. But the question is it the only one which is going to be the best for the next 10 years? Only the time can answer this question. Certain other languages are on the floor. Maybe in the next 3-4 years, some other language will pick up and it will become the best. Language can keep on changing, guys. What matters the most is the logic development. Language is going to allow you to just play around with the logic. That's it. The most important thing is the logic thinking, the logical thinking. That's why so much emphasis is given on this particular aspect. Can you think logically? Can you think critically? Can you think in a different way, out of the box, for solving a problem in a different way, in an easier way, in a user-friendly way, in a way which can be scalable? That's what matters. Okay. So language market is there, sir. You can think of Python as the best today. Maybe after 5 years, some other language will be the best. Logic is not going to go anywhere. It is the logic, the thinking part. That's matter. That is what matters the most. Okay. So be a good logical thinker. Be a good thinker, and obviously, if you can be a good thinker, with practice, you will be a good coder. Why? Because it's just about transforming that logic into a code. That's it. The most difficult part that we still face with the students is they say one thing in Hindi, sir, coding nahi aati. And we always say that you don't know how to think. If you know how to think, just stabilize yourself and do it properly. Language is just a tool, guys, nothing else. It is going to give you certain constructs to get the job done. A lot of predefined libraries, packages, functions, everything is there. Language has everything. You just need to know what works for you, what works on a particular scenario. And that is something which you can learn with time. But the most important thing is approaching that problem. How to approach, how to solve it, how to think about it, how to make sure that you iterate it in a best possible way. That's what matters the most. So be a good logical thinker rather than tapping on a particular language that I know this language very well. It may die. It may not be there for the next 10 years. It may not be there in 2035. What you will do in that case? Got my point? That's the most important thing. So guys, Google Teachable Machine is one such platform which enables you to develop AI without having much knowledge about coding. Google came up with this particular platform in 2017. In 2019, revamping has been done. A lot of new features have been incorporated for image processing, for video processing, for audio processing, for posture corrections, posture recognition, and all. A lot of new features have been added. Ability to give you the final code which you can integrate with your mobile phone applications or maybe your web applications is another feature, a cool feature which they have given. Saving the application on Drive, another feature that they have added. So a very, very easy to use platform. And I would like to give you one demo of one machine learning AI based application for classifying the images on the basis of this platform, Google Teachable Machines. So it's going to be a hands-on exercise that I will be doing live with you. And just to summarize, I will give you one more slide. This is about training your machine learning model with a click of a button. No coding is required. It is for logic building. But yes, a handy tool by Google for tinkering with AI. Don't take it like you need not to learn Python if you know this tool. It may not make you employable, but it will make sure that you have a fair understanding of AI. That's it, nothing else. To get into that world, Python has to be mastered. That is something which is the mandate of the hours right now. You have to learn it. Okay. If you're getting into something on hardware side where you want AI on the edge, automation systems, you may need to learn C, embedded C, some sort of hardware understanding. Open source community is getting better. Arduino, Raspberry Pi, BeagleBone, the likes of Jetson Nano from NVIDIA. A lot of computing power is coming up on the edge side. Intel Movidius, a lot of APIs are coming up. Things have changed. Things have become better and easier. It's not that they have become difficult now. They have become much more easier to use. Okay, the job is getting much more easier. So this is one way of doing it, guys. So we'll be making use of Google Teachable Machines today to make our first AI application. And without wasting much time, I will start. Okay, so allow me to start the development of this live exercise with you. And if you have any questions, we can take it before I set it up. You can watch me perform certain actions on the screen. I hope you are able to see my screen where I am using Google. Anamika, we can take certain questions right now because I will take 2-3 minutes for setting up the system. So in case you have any questions, you can just take them and let me know. I'll be able to answer them. Okay.
Yes, so one important thing that I want to tell them is that I've shared a link in the chat. They're not able to open it. So I'll share it on the WhatsApp groups that we have. Please fill that quickly. And along with that, there are, I mean, I'm not like taking up questions related to what you have to teaching them. But there's a constant question coming about the certificates. Please, I think you should be more concentrating on the workshop right now. The certificates will certainly come through. Yes, I did mention that the certificate, the link I'm sharing on WhatsApp group. I've said that. Do not spam it now. Yes. Do not spam the chat. I mentioned that the link would be shared in the WhatsApp group. Right. So you have to fill that, link that I've shared, and we'll take it forward.
Right. So if there are no questions, we can get ahead and we can start building our first.
There's one question: is AI still developing or is it developed?
Nothing is 100% perfect in life. Nobody is 100% perfect. No technology is 100% perfect. Technology keeps on evolving. Things keep on, becoming better. And this is what is happening with AI. With every day, we see a lot of new technologies helping AI getting better, algorithms getting better, new algorithms getting developed for answering the problems in a better way. So yes, to your questions, is it evolved? Is it under the evolving stage? I would say everything, whether it is blockchain, AI, everything is evolving. Yes, we have reached a maximum level, the pinnacle, you can say, in terms of satisfactory level, but at the same time, there is always a scope of improvement, right? So people are coming up with different algorithms, maybe improvement in the existing algorithms so that they become better and become more accurate with the data that they're getting, right? So yes, it's evolving and it will always be in that evolving phase, because if it gets into that 100% maturity phase, it's not right? For AI, that uncertainty will always be there, okay? One odd case that we always talk about, okay? So guys, this is Teachable Machines layout. You can see it's browser based. You have to just click on this button, click on new project, and here I will say image based project. Okay, this is a standard image model that we are going to make use of, and here it says give me the access of your webcam. I say allow, and you can see that now I'll just switch off this microphone, so this cam which I'm using right now from my mobile device, and I will use that one, the other one which you can see. So you can see me from the other camera. Can you see me? Yes, that's me. Oh, let me get it at the right place. Yeah, a guy with a beard, not so good looking, is here on the screen. So I'll now click my images. So you can see it's taking my images from different angles, different facial expressions. I'll hold and record. .300 images. Okay, so I've captured 300 images, and this is going to be my name. So let me put it in this way. Right, that's me. Now I need a second person, right? Okay, let me call my colleague over here and let me see if I can give you a live demo of two different images. Class 1 is where I am, and this is class 2. Sit here. Sit here. So I have my colleague with me. So I'll just take the camera on his side. Okay. Yeah. So looks better. So let's try to record his images. Now, just turn your face like this. Turn your face like this. So you can see that I'm picking up his images. So I'll try to record as much as I can. Maybe if I can keep it to 300, it will be great. Yeah, perfect. Right. So guys, I have picked in the images, 300 for me and 300 for my colleague. Yeah. So we have two images with us. Okay. And now we have to train our model. So the model will be trained in such a way that now it is going to take in two data sets, data set 1, data set 2, and it is going to train itself for image classification. Okay, so I'm training it so that it knows that class 1 is for Dr. Umesh Datta and class 2 is for Rakesh. These images, they belong to Rakesh, and these images, they belong to Dr. Datta. Okay, once the model is trained, we will give our system something called as a live image, and then we will see whether it is able to actually predict whether it is me or Rakesh. Okay, this is what we are trying to do. So the training is going on. It is going to take some time. Why? Because the data is a good one. It has 300 images for one person, and generally it takes close to 2-3 minutes for this kind of a problem statement where you are trying to classify the images. Okay, so you can see that the training is still happening. Okay, and once the training is done, we can evaluate the accuracy of this system, whether it is able to tell you whether the image which is captured by a webcam is mine or it is of Rakesh. Okay, so now it is there with us. If I want to export the model, I can do that and use it. And otherwise, you can see that if I show my face right now on the right screen, you can see it is saying that this is Dr. Datta. Rakesh is nowhere. And if I take it to Rakesh, it is going to say that it is Rakesh with 100% accuracy that it is saying that this guy is Rakesh. Can you see this, guys? So once my camera is on him, your machine learning model which got trained on Google Teachable Machine is telling you that this is Rakesh. And if the camera is on me, it is saying that it is Dr. Datta. So simple. And within a button click, you were able to perform a simple AI where you were able to classify the images into two different sets. Now this is me and this is my colleague. So what were the learnings? The learnings were that you need a data set, you need a model that needs to be trained. And once the model is trained, your model is going to tell you. Your model is going to tell you. If you feed in a live image, it is going to tell you to whom it belongs to. So one of the questions which was floated on the chat box earlier was, can it be used in security? So guys,
When you walk into your house, you open a lock. Can you make a lock like this where you scan your face, and if it is you, then the lock will open and you can get access to your home. And if someone else scans your face, maybe it will not work. Okay, you go to ATM. Why don't you have banks using this technology? Why can't you use this technology in banking sector in ATMs? So that's my question to you guys. And then if you want to export the model, you can just click on this and you can get a shareable link. You can get a download link if you want to download. You want to upload your model, TensorFlow JS model, you can get it from here. And this one you can use in your web applications. So you can see that the code is automatically generated. You can tweak with this code, make it more better, play around with this one, and make sure that your AI that you have developed is something which gets implemented in real time. So this code is something which I haven't written, which Teachable Machine platform has given me for this particular application. And now I can easily tweak with the code, and with a little bit of knowledge, I can get the job done. Okay. So why these kind of platforms are important? Guys, it's because of the fact that if you make it too technical, maybe the technology won't grow as much as you want. So it's important to make sure that there are platforms which are available so that anybody who wants to play with it, anybody who wants to actually use it for their business should have the tools, sufficient tools so that they can use it. And that's the most important thing. Okay. So this is what we want, that the availability of the tools should be there for programmers, those who want to program and use Python. And if somebody is available who is not into coding, who don't want to code that much, but want to rely on a platform which is something acceptable, which allows you good accuracy and something which can be relied upon. I think the platforms are very much available, like Google Teachable Machine, you can see. So without having any coding language, I was able to create my first application. And now with the code that is getting generated by the system, I can actually use this particular code in developing mobile phone applications and developing web applications where this kind of an application can actually be used. And even in some real-time job that I have just shared with you, opening a lock by scanning a face, your face acting as a password, again, is something which you can do. Okay, so all these kind of opportunities are there with you when you use AI, and platforms like Google Teachable Machine are extremely good in terms of their accuracy, in terms of helping you out, in terms of building AI smoothly, efficiently, quickly, and this is what is required, guys. Nobody wants to pay a coder a heavy fee for spending so much time for writing a redundant code and something which is already there. Just try to find out something which may not be available straight away, like analyzing an X-ray for COVID, analyzing an X-ray for tumor detection. If you want to do something like that, maybe you want to get into the code and try to do it in a different way, because here you're trying to get some more details from the image rather than a specific thing like image detection. Okay, so if that is there, rely on coding. But if your application is something which is specific, that this is what you want, platforms are available. Platforms like always AI platforms like Google Teachable Machine, they allow you to get ready with deep learning applications, with AI applications so quickly. Okay, and easily, not that difficult. No much programming language needed. But yes, if you say you want to deploy this model for mobile app, you want to deploy this model for web app, you need some skills for doing that. And that is something which you should learn over a period of time. That's what is important. But you can do it. And this will show you the way. Okay, I hope this slide demo is clear to you. If you have any questions regarding that, you can ask me. Otherwise, I will close this one and leave the screen. Right. Another one which I would like to show you guys, though this was not there, Anamika, in that frame, but I would like to show them what this is doing. Okay, allow me to do that. And this is an exciting one, guys. Let me show you what this do. Okay. So guys, this is a file which contains data. I'm gonna select this one and I will delete this. Right. So this is a blank Excel file. I will save this. I will close this.
And what I will do, guys, I will open this file again so that you can see that I am not showing you something which is a trick. You can see that this is an empty file. Amika, this is an empty file. This is not something which has data. This is empty. Is it clear, guys? This is an empty file.
Yes.
What do we want now? We want a robot to run. We discussed about robot, and I have made one robot for myself, and I'm going to run this one. See what happens. The bot is asking me one thing. Enter the book title that you want to find. I will say Python programming books, and I will hit OK. See what is happening, guys. This is my computer, guys. Just see. This is my keypad. I'm not doing anything. Bot is doing this. These are my hands. One hand, two hand. I'm not doing anything. Bot is doing this. See the screen. What is happening on screen? Automatically, the bot is going to the website of Amazon. It is finding the data for me, which I want. I'm not doing anything, guys. See. I'm here. This is my right hand. This is my left hand. And this is what bot is doing. Okay. So bot is going to Amazon and it is giving me the data of all the Python books which are available on Amazon, the top 200 books which are listed on Amazon.com for Python programming. And it is going to actually give me the Excel file with the sorted data. Sorted data is like in a column based manner. So bot done, job done. What is executed the job. So you can see this file now. And if I open it, here you have with you, you can see bot has gone to Amazon and it is giving me the book title. It is giving me the author name. It is giving me the release date when that book was released, and see how many books the bot has found for me on Python. 200 books it has given me, almost 200 books. And when that book was released, the release date was also mentioned in third column. So you see that if this job has to be done by a human being, how much time it will take for a human being to do this job? Tell me. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, a complete day. And what human being will do? He or she will go to Amazon.com, copy that text, come back, paste it in Excel file. Then copy another text, paste it in Excel file. Copy third text, paste it in Excel file. And then it's a monotonous job. It is something which is a boring task, guys. Human beings are special. We have our family. We have a lot of things to do. Why should we focus on tasks like this? I mean, this kind of a task has to be done by a bot. This type of a task has to be done by a smart machine. This is what I have done. I wanted a list of books. Rather than doing it manual way, I have automated the entire process. So you can see that within a fraction of a second, I got the list of 200 books from Amazon. Imagine. Now, if I enter another book title, C programming, I'll be able to get it. For librarians, this is going to be an ultimate bot. Why? Because they are going to use it for searching. In your library, if you go and you want to try it, if you want to see which book I should use for a particular course, how do you get it? You ask your teacher or you ask your librarian. Why don't you have a library with a computer with the bots installed in that, and you ask a bot, give me top 200 books or top 100 books or top 10 books of a particular programming language or a particular subject that you want to read, and bot is going to tell you which all are listed over there on the website. Okay, another classical example where bots are helpful. Got it? So I showed you one more demo where some sort of a logic is applicable, some sort of an automation is there. This is what we were talking about for the last 1 hour. Automation, machines getting better, machines doing the task for us. They have the intelligence, they can pick up the things for us. We don't have to do anything. Machines will do everything for us. Guys, yes, machines are going to do it for you, but you matter the most, because this bot is not something which has been produced by the machine. This bot is something which has been developed by a human being. So bot development is important. So if in future, these are the technologies which are going to be dominant, it is going to produce a lot of jobs also at the same time, because who's going to produce these bots? Who's going to produce these kind of applications? It's going to be engineers. It's going to be people like you. It's going to be intelligent students like you who are going to program these kind of machines for performing these kind of tasks. This is important. Okay, so no unemployment. Don't think like that. It's going to be challenging. Why? Because technicalities are involved with everything. So learning curve is something which you have to take to a different level altogether. But at the same time, it is possible to actually build some fantastic systems which can do wonders for you. Okay.
So allow me to proceed further. In case you have any questions so far, I will be more than happy to take it, but I will not switch my window. I will request Anamika to help me out with the questions if there are any, and I will answer them before I get ready for the next journey. I still have 15 minutes to show you something else. Okay. And my screen is there. You can watch me doing something and I will keep on speaking. I'll keep on sharing my knowledge with you. But at the same time, guys, if you have any questions, please drop in, and ma'am, please help me out with the questions so that we can take it up. Okay. Yeah. So is there any question? If you can help me out with this.
Hi Umesh, my name is Askar. I'll help you with the Q&A. Can you hear me?
No, not at all. It's quite low.
Can you hear me now? Just is it better now?
I can hear you clear.
I think Umesh is not able to hear me.
Yeah. Are we audible, Umesh sir?
Can you hear me now? Sure. So we'll take the first question and the latest one. So how can AI come in cooperation with any professional course such as event management? Umesh, you are on mute.
You have to repeat the question once more. I was not able to get it.
How can AI come in cooperation with any professional course such as event management?
A nice question. How can this be helpful for event management? 100 years back, 200 years back, electricity was a big thing, right? It is something which was like a big thing. Bulb invention was a great thing. Today, AI is a great thing. Petrol is a great thing. Diesel is a great thing. But for AI, what is the fuel? For car, it is a petrol or a diesel. For AI, what is the fuel? Data. It is the data. So do you have the data for event management that you want to use for helping AI do your business? How many families in India spend more than 10 lakh rupees on a wedding? What is their income? How can you target a particular area? And how can you design your strategies for marketing, your own company's marketing strategy on the basis of the data that you have for event management? Let us say we take Delhi into consideration. In Delhi, you have North Delhi, West Delhi, East Delhi, South Delhi. How many marriages have happened in the past 1 year from South Delhi, North Delhi, West Delhi, East Delhi? What was the cumulative expenditure? Do you have the data for that? That's number one. If you have, there will be lot of exciting analysis that you can do around it, which will help you target the right audience for the next season so that your company can earn more from the events that you are going to organize in the wedding category. Events could be anything. Wedding is one part of that. It could be arranging conferences. It could be arranging some gatherings, kiddie parties and all. So the question is, where is the fuel? If you have the fuels, AI can answer a lot of exciting things for you, right? Amazon uses your data. It uses your data, your searching history, and then tells you, okay, you may be interested in this product. You get it on your mails. that, okay, you search for this product and we know that you are interested. This is a special offer for you. They give you those offers. How? Somewhere in the back end, they're getting the data from the searches that you're doing. If I do one Google search today, later on, I will get a call from somebody that, okay, you were trying to search this thing. We have this service. Please take this. Your data is getting sold in the market. And every app that you use in your phone asks you to accept certain condition, and you click on that button very frequently. Click, 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 click. Yes, yes, yes. I agree. I agree. I agree. Gone. You are gone. You allow the access to your computer, your machine's gallery, microphone, everything. So what is left? So whatever services you are using today, your data is going somewhere. So in events management, if you have data, AI can answer a lot of things. Kaggle is one website which allows you the data, but guys, this is what is the diamond today. This is what is the diamond today. And that's what the earlier speaker was pointing to, that where is the data? Data is something which is the most important thing today. The most important thing. The result of CBSE in 2003 was X%. In 2005, it got to Y%. In 2008, it got to Z%. Can we predict in 2023 what will be the result of CBSE in class 10th? Again, a great thing to see how a school has performed over the years. Got it? Which stream students are going to perform better? Which teachers are good, who are performing better in your school? Which books are more preferred in a particular syllabus? Driven by AI. Again, you can use the data to actually see the trends, the preference, the taste of the user, and accordingly serve them. So that's why we say for car, it's petrol and diesel, and for AI, it's data. The hard reality is data is something which is there, but how authentic it is a big question. Whether it is an authentic data that you can rely upon and your entire strategy of marketing can rely upon that or not is something which you have to take a call on. So that's why, guys, the guy or the person who has the data is going to be the king of the future. That's what it is told. Okay. So even today you get COVID statistics, live chart data. Again, how many people have got themselves vaccinated? Again, a data. So you use data in your day-to-day life a lot. So in events management, it has a huge role to play. But the only question is from where we can.
Thank you, Umesh. So
I hope it answers your question.
yeah, I hope it does too. So we'll move to the next question, and we have a question from Devanshi. Can AI be destructive? Has any such incident happened in the past?
So guys, I told you earlier during my address, yes, it has become disruptive in the past for certain countries. The reports are there. You have to just do one more Google search for you to get the right data, where it happened, how it happened. It may not be the right platform for me to share how it happened and what happened over there, because authenticity of that data is something which I cannot endorse. That is something which is not right also from the platform's point of view. But yes, reports, they signify that yes, it has happened in the past where bots have gone against human, and during the lab practice when they were getting trained, they have actually caused a lot of damage to the human beings. A lot of lives have been lost. A lot of great scientists have lost their life. Why? Because bots have gone against them. That has happened. And guys, imagine a situation where you are training your bot to fire a bullet. If it goes wrong and it fires a bullet back at you, what you will do? You will have to sacrifice. That's it. So that's what the question is. Yes, it has gone bad in the past also, but yes, it is something which we need to see whether we can control it or not. So it can be disruptive. There is no running away from that fact. anything can be disruptive. AI is equally disruptive as compared to other technologies when it comes to going against human beings, and it happens in every sphere of life. When you are using a technology, let us say if you're working on 220 volts or maybe 11,000 volts, and if you do something wrong, one mistake here and there, and people can get lose their life. And it has happened in the past for many other fields also. And AI is not different, guys. It is equally possible over here. Okay. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you, Umesh. And so there's one question popping up again and again. So, any chance that the AI will help us offline?
AI helping us offline. Is this your question?
Yes.
Okay. Most important thing. Can it be a standalone application? Can it be an application which can run without internet? Is this what your question is? Can it run offline? Offline is online, offline. This is what you want to say? Is this what it is? Can it run without internet?
Yes.
Actually, I need to pause this one.
Umesh, you are on mute.
My question to you is this what you want to say, offline, online? Is it whether it can do without internet? Is this your question? Offline, online?
Yes, we are getting a yes on chat.
Okay, yes. The answer is yes, 100% yes. Why? Because now the compute power is available with us. The data set is something which is there with us. The models are getting trained, and then nothing else is needed. You have the data with you, you have the live data with you. Models are trained to take an action on it, and then yes, it can decide. But the only question is, do you get informed about the decision? The most important thing. If my bot is going to take a decision that I'm going to do this, and if it does that without involving you, then in that case, it may do something wrong. So that's where the point is, whether you get a feedback or not regarding what the bot has done. If it is only about performing an action, yes, bot can do the action, and standalone bots can be designed, standalone applications can be designed on AI, which can do the desired job. But at the same time, guys, whether it will be a right action or not is a big question. So offline AI is very much possible with all the new libraries, TensorFlow, Keras, and all these getting matured. Yes, it is very much possible for all the applications that you can think about, whether it is image processing application, video processing application, or audio processing application. If I break it up into three parts, if it is falling in these categories, either processing an image or a video or audio, everything is possible offline. So we need not to rely on internet much. It could be a standalone application which can run without the need of any internet, and even running without laptop, which is again a big challenge. Do you need a computer? Do you need a laptop over there? Is again a big thing. Yes, you have now supercomputers available with you at the backend, but at the same time, if I want to deploy something on ring road or roadside AI, can I afford a laptop over there? If I put a laptop or a machine of 4 lakh rupees, next day it will be gone. Somebody is going to take it from there and install it in their home. It's not possible at all. So what we need to do is have some small piece of hardware which are optimized for AI workload. And today we have a lot of small optimized hardware available which can handle the AI payload. And many companies like Intel, Nvidia are coming up with their own boards, own hardware, which are super fast for AI workload and can process the data as good as any laptop i3, i5 can do, or even better computers than that can do for you. So again, something which is possible at the edge. So your question is valid. We can do it offline, and we can do it even without the computer or a laptop. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Mesh. And we have the next question from Prakhar. Can AI become more intelligent than humans in future? If yes, then is it confirmed that they will not use this intelligence in human destruction?
Again, a nice question. So can it become disruptive? Yes, it can become disruptive. Can it become better than human being?
do we actually want it to become better than human being? Yes, that's what it is here for. Looking at an X-ray, maybe the doctor may not be able to predict the intensity of a tumor, or maybe a ECG display, ECG reports, ECG images that you get from the machine may not be able to give you a good picture. But if AI is actually analyzing the image, it can give you more insights about that particular tumor and may tell you that, okay, it may be cancerous early on before it actually reaches the third stage or a fourth stage. So guys, it is already intelligent than a human being. So there is no question about that. Can it become better than human being? It is already a better thing than human being. If it is less than human being, then human beings will not look at it. Human beings always look at the things which are better than that. So if it is better than human brain, it is giving you more data, more insights into a particular application. It is already better than that. Obviously, why not? Uh, if I if I deploy somebody on the road to actually count the number of vehicles, their speed, and issuing a challan, he may not be able to do it perfectly, but the machine is able to do it 100% accurately and actually delivers everything without any fail. So guys, it is already better than human being. Can it go against human being? Yes, it can go against human being. It has happened in the past. So we have to make sure that when we design these kind of system, it should be designed in such a way that there should be a safe exit. That reset button should be there with the human being, that if it goes wrong, I'll be able to control it. That's what it is.
Okay, the next question is from Shashwat. How we can extract code for Python on Google Teachable?
Sorry, no choice. So the developers have given you the JS file, right? So JavaScript code is something which you get, and you have to use that. You won't get a Python code. If you are a Python enthusiast, probably you have to do it from scratch or use some other platform. There are other platforms which allows you to get the code in Python. So better off would be try those out rather than Google Teachable Machine. One such platform which I can name right now is Always AI. It is again a browser-based tool, but again provides you a lot of interesting stuff at the backend in Python that you can make use of. But surely you won't get a 100% ready-to-use application in any of the platform. You have to do the customization as per the requirement. But yes, the bare code, the boilerplate code is something which you get along with certain other inputs that you have used Teachable Machine or any other platform in a GUI-based manner, and it is going to give you some sort of a help in terms of coding. But 100% code, no, you won't be getting it. In Python, Teachable Machine is not able to give you that.
So in short, that okay, we'll take the last question for the day. As you told that bots can do a lot of things, what should we do if it goes against us?
Again, the same thing, same questions. Now we are coming to the end of the class. If we are able to do it, because now the students are getting saturated, no new question is coming up. It's the same question happening again and again. So yes, it has happened in the past. I'm again repeating it. Let me put a bot over here to say it for you. Yes, it has gone against us in the past. It can go against us, but at the same time, you have to decide and you have to train it in such a way that it should not go against you. Let us suppose that you are training your drone. Drone is an important technology that government is focusing upon right now. In defense sector, drones are used heavily. And let us say you are using drone for surveillance and for maybe combating. Combating is something which is an important feature. And if the drone is able to identify your enemy correctly, fine, it will help you. But if it is able to identify you from the top as enemy, then it may fire at you also at the same time. So again, the intelligence is with the bot, and you have to properly program it. You have to properly make sure that the models that you're using, the data sets that you're using during the training are better. But 100% accuracy will not be there. One odd case here and there, and that will lead to some sort of an accident that will become the part of the history, right? So yes, it can go against you. It can go wrong. There is no running away from that fact. Yes, the accuracy has to become better, 90, 95, 96, 97. But yes, that 2-3%, whatever is left, is something which is dangerous for certain applications. So you have to see which application you are designing and how you can make sure that it becomes better and better with time. That's it.
So thank you, Umesh. Thank you for such a wonderful session. Now let's
Thanks a
have a
lot.
look at
We have a power cut over here, I think. So yeah, that's why it got dark. It's not AI. It's AI. Yes, it's 5 o'clock. It's bye time. It's AI. Yes. Huh?
Sure. Thank you, Umesh. So let's have a look at an interesting video now. So thank you everyone. Thank you all the students, and special thanks to Umesh for such an insightful session. Umesh, we look forward to having you with us more often. So thank you.
Cheers. Thanks a lot, guys. And we'll see each other tomorrow with the new exciting session that we have on Arduino, which is going to be again a hands-on session that I will have today or tomorrow, not today. Yeah. So we'll catch up again tomorrow. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye. Cheers. Have a nice day. God bless.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.